In this episode, we're going to talk about how to concatenate two strings without using any string function. That means we're going to join string 2 into the string 1. And the built-in function for this specific task is strcat function, which is declared in string.h library. You can use that function also, but it is always recommended to write your own logic which will do the same task for you. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're not going to use that built-in function, and we're going to build our own logic which will concatenate two strings. So let's do it. So I'm going to teach you two methods to write this function, and you can use whichever you like. Suppose we have two strings. First string contain captain and the second string contain America. So what do we want? We want to join this second string into the first string, or I can say we want to join the copy of the second string into the first string. So that's the first point, because we're not gonna touch string 2, we're not gonna change string 2, we just want to copy the string 2 into the string after the string 1. So that's the first point. And the second point is, let's suppose our function call look like this. So in this function call, the first argument is always the destination point and the second argument is always the source point. That means in this function call, string 1 is the destination point and the string 2 is source point. Let me take the previous example. The string 1 contain captain and the string 2 contain America. So after this function call, it should look like this. Captain America without any spaces, because the string 1 was the destination and the string 2 was the source. Now let's suppose if we exchange these two arguments, now the function call look like this. So in this function call, now the string 2 is the destination point and the string 1 is source point. So after this function call, our string look like this. So now let's start building our logic for this program. So first of all, we're going to take three strings, string 1, string 2 and string 3. And we're going to store string 1 and string 2 into the string 3. And at last we're simply going to print the string 3. So that's the simple logic for this program. So I'm starting with the main function. I'm declaring two string. The first is str1 20 characters and the second is str2 also 20 characters. I'm going to use getAs function to input both the strings. Now let's call our function str1 str2 and I'm gonna name it strcat01. So that's the main function. Now let's write the code of the string function. So it's gonna be a void type and the name is strcat01 and it's gonna take two strings. The first is str1 and the second is str2. So as we talked earlier, let's declare the string 3, and of course it's going to contain more characters than the string 1 and the string 2 combined, because it has to store both the string 1 and the string 2. So make sure it would be larger than the string 1 and the string 2. So let's run a while loop for the string 1, and this while loop will run until the string 1 will not equals to the null character. Now I want to copy the content of the string 1 into the string 3. So how are we going to do this? Let's do this. String 3 will be operated by j and the string 1 will be operated by I. And after this we're just going to increment both the characters, both the variables, and that's it. So after this while loop, our string 1 will be copied in the string 3. So now what we want to copy the string 2 into the string 3 also, but after the string 1. So let's start a while loop for the string 2 also, and this while loop will run until this specific index I is not equals to the null character. And for this string we have to reinitialize the value of I, so the I equals to 0, because after this loop will complete, the value of I will be I equals to 8, but we want to start string 2 from the index 0, so we have to reinitialize the value of the I to the 0 so that it will start from the 0th index of the string 2. Now we want to copy the content of the string 2 into the string 3 also. So the string 3 will be operated by j and the string 2 will be operated by I. So at this point the value of j is 8. So the string 3 will start storing the content of the string 2 from the index 8 because at this point the value of the j is 8. And after that we're just gonna increment both the variables, and at the last we have to put the null character at the end of the string 3 so that the compiler will know that it is the end of the string 3. And now we have to print the string 3. So let's print string 3. So that's the code of the string function. Now let's try to run this code. So let's enter captain and the second string is America. So you can see here it is working perfectly. The string 3 is captain and America without any spaces. So we have completed the method 1 of this function. Now let's get to the method 2. So for this method we need to find the length of both the strings because we're gonna append the copy of the string 2 into the string 1. So we must know the length of both the strings. So for this I'm gonna add another library called string.h so that we can use the string function to find the length of the string. And now I'm gonna declare two integer variables so that we can store the length of the strings. So the first is len1 and the second is len2. So let's find the length of the string 1, strlen str1, and len2 strlen str2. Now I'm gonna start a for loop because of course we're gonna append the string 2 in the string 1 character by character, and for this we need to start the for loop. So I'm gonna start it from I equals to 0, and endpoint for now I'm gonna just leave it empty. So let's write the content of the for loop. So of course we're gonna copy the string 2 into the string 1, so it should look like this. The main thing is what we should put in these two brackets. So in the string 2, of course, we're gonna start from the first index of the string 2 to the last index of the string 2. So in the string 2, we're gonna put I, and in the string 1. So let's think about it. How we can reach the last index of the string 1? Because of course we need to start the appending of the string 2 from where the string 1 has ended, or I can say the null character of the string 1. So that's why we need the length of the string 1. Because here, what is the length of the string 1? It is 7. And if I put 7 in this bracket, so now what is this index? It is the last index of the string 1. It is the index where the string 1 has ended. So of course we need to plus I so that it can keep moving and it's gonna copy the string 2 into the string 1 in the corresponding indexes. So I'm gonna change the 7 to the length 1 because of course the length of the string 1 is depending on the user what he or she will enter in the string 1. Now at last, what is the endpoint of this for loop? What do you think how many times it should run? So let's think about it. We're gonna start from the first index of the string 2 and we're gonna end at the last index of the string 2, and the null point is also included. So I think the answer is length of the string 2. So I'm gonna put length of the string 2, and for the null character it should be less than or equals to because the null character also included. After concatenation. So this is the code of this function. Now let's try to run this code. Let's enter the first string which is captain, and let's enter the second string which is America. And after concatenation, the string 1 is captain America without any spaces, so it is working perfectly. So let's enter another string. The first string is iron, the second string is man. Let's enter third, TechAeron, and of course the third time it is also working perfectly. So that's all for today guys. I hope you understood the code of this function. I taught you two methods to writing this function and you can use whichever you find easy. And if you haven't seen this playlist, go and check out this playlist also. I've uploaded videos on some small topics of C programming. I hope you will like them also, and subscribe to my channel for future updates. Thanks for watching my video, and I will see you next time.